Okay, the first is a pyramid. So a pyramid is a polyhedron with one polygon base. All right, so a pyramid is historically defined as a solid figure contained by planes, which is constructed from one plane to one point. And so that's the historical term for it. What we'll, kind of the more common interpretation of that, is a pyramid is a polyhedron with one polygon base that's connected to a single vertex with triangular lateral faces. Okay, so anytime you classify a pyramid, you're going to classify it based on what shape its base is. So in this particular case right here, if we took a look at this example, I've shaded the bases for each of these. We have this rectangular base, so this would be considered a rectangular pyramid. And now, even though it doesn't necessarily look like these are right angles, it's sketched as a parallelogram. You need to be able to distinguish the perspective when you're looking at the perspective of a three-dimensional drawing. Almost all figures that or all solids that we'll be dealing with, almost every single one will be a right solid. And so if you remember, the term right means at a 90-degree angle. Okay, so in all of these, or these top three anyway, each of these pyramids is considered a right pyramid. Its vertex is lined up directly above the center of its base. And so in a pyramid, that's what will be true for a right pyramid. The vertex will be lined up directly over the base. Oops, right over the center of the base. All right, so what would be the name of this pyramid? What shape is its base? Trapezoid, so this would be a trapezoidal pyramid. And then what would this example be? Triangular pyramid. Okay, now, when we move down here, so these three examples are right solids. Or it means that their vertex is lined up directly over the base. Well, the distance from that vertex to the base is called the height. So it's going to be represented with a capital H. I'll usually distinguish the height of a solid as a capital H, the height of a polygon, or like the side of a polygon, with a lowercase h. Okay? And in addition to height, you might see the term altitude be used to describe this. So in each of these cases, the vertex is directly over the center of our base. Okay? And the altitude, or the height, is that perpendicular distance from the vertex to the base. Okay, now that differs slightly from this figure down here, because here, when we draw, if we were to sketch in the height of our solid, this vertex is not directly over the center of our base. Okay, the height is still that perpendicular distance, but when the case is the vertex is not lined up, this is called, does anybody remember the word given when something is not right? So acute and obtuse, add together, just oblique, very good. So this is considered oblique. So an oblique pyramid, and again, oblique solids, we're not going to deal with a whole bunch. And you just need to be able to identify or know what that means. But in an oblique pyramid, the vertex is not directly over the center of the base. Right. The last thing, so for this one, what kind of pyramid would this be based on the shape of this base? Hexagonal pyramid. Again, the base is, or the name is just descriptive of what the base shape is. Okay. So when you're looking at this, the bases of these pyramids are some kind of polygon, and the name of that pyramid is determined by that base shape. And then all the lateral faces of a pyramid are triangles.